For nearly a decade, the rivalry between PyTorch and TensorFlow has defined the technical landscape of deep learning. Historically, engineering teams chose their framework based on which one offered the fastest raw training speed on server GPUs. In 2026, that performance gap has closed. Advanced compilers like PyTorch's torch.compile and TensorFlow's XLA have brought training speeds into a dead heat. Obsessing over these identical benchmarks wastes critical planning time that should be spent on higher-level architecture. Total cost of ownership, driven by talent acquisition, deployment friction, and legacy technical debt, is what actually moves the needle today. Picking a framework dictates your multi-year business and operational strategy. Making this decision requires a new lens, the difference between flow and stock. PyTorch represents the flow. It is the current of new research, future momentum, and the direction fresh talent is heading. The data is clear. PyTorch powers 85% of published research and over 228,000 hunting face models. TensorFlow is the stock, the established enterprise base. It holds 38% market share and runs on 2.7 billion light-RT edge devices. Adopting purely for stock ignores generative AI innovation, while following flow alone risks high-volume mobile deployments. The right choice depends on whether you need to harvest existing assets or capture future innovation. The 7-factor fit score provides an objective matrix to calculate the ROI for your specific team. The first major factor is your talent ecosystem and hiring strategy. Standardizing on TensorFlow limits your reach to engineers concentrated in legacy enterprise environments. PyTorch grants access to the fastest-growing pool of graduates and researchers who are natively trained on the framework. Next, we look at alignment with the generative AI and LLM ecosystem. Using PyTorch for new Gen AI projects ensures immediate compatibility with Hugging Face, VLLM, and the major open-weight releases. You will need to orchestrate your own MLOps and serving pipelines using tools like Triton, but you gain significant architectural flexibility. For teams building greenfield Gen AI features and hiring rapidly, PyTorch's ecosystem dominance outweighs the initial pipeline setup costs. Factor 3 covers your hardware targets, specifically for production and edge deployment. For mobile and edge devices, TensorFlow's light-RT offers the broadest silicon support and the highest energy efficiency available. Pushing PyTorch to the edge through ExecuTorch requires a steeper engineering climb and involves more reliability risks for a live product. The fourth major factor to consider is legacy lock-in. Maintaining an existing TensorFlow extended pipeline provides seamless serving today, but migrating that infrastructure is a project measured in quarters, not weeks. Finally, we must assess strategic viability and governance. PyTorch is governed by the neutral Linux Foundation, with backing from AWS, AMD, and Meta. TensorFlow remains under single vendor control. Google's own internal roadmap has shifted away from TensorFlow, prioritizing JAX and TPUs for their frontier models. TensorFlow is defensible for harvesting ROI on existing edge or TPU-pinned assets, but it carries significant roadmap risk for brand new builds. For greenfield Gen AI and LLM projects, the path forward is clear. Default to PyTorch to align with the industry's trajectory and keep your talent acquisition costs low. Legacy enterprise systems require a different approach. Treat TensorFlow as a harvest asset. Maintain it where light-RT or TPU architectures are already in place, but avoid expanding its footprint. Avoiding lock-in altogether ensures your architecture remains reversible. This strategy involves building an interoperability layer. Whether you use PyTorch or TensorFlow, your models should converge into a neutral format like ONNX or a multi-backend API like Keras 3. Enforcing an ONNX export policy adds a small complexity tax to your CI/CD setup. That upfront effort ensures that if you need to swap frameworks in 3 years, the transition is straightforward. Building an infrastructure that survives framework obsolescence is the only way to safeguard a multi-year roadmap.